All right, so are you ready for this? We got this 60 minutes exclusive you send over by James Webber. And let me tell you, this thing is wild. We're talking about a potential alien megastructure, a Dyson sphere,
OS?
orbiting a star just 4 light years away. I mean, that's practically spitting distance when you're talking about space. So buckle up, folks, because things are about to get really, really interesting.
You know what's just mind-blowing about a Dyson sphere is that it's not just like a big space station or something. We're talking about a structure so vast that it completely, encapsulates a star, captures all of its energy output. I mean, think about that. A civilization that could harness enough power to fuel itself for millennia.
Yeah.
It's a concept that really pushes the boundaries of what we thought was possible.
Yeah, it's not just about aliens. It's about the sheer ambition and scale of what a civilization could achieve. But how did we even stumble upon this thing? Like, what tipped off the scientists?
Well, it all started with the James Webb Space Telescope. You know, our eyes on the universe.
Mhm.
Astronomers were observing Proxima Centauri, our closest neighboring star, and they noticed some very strange light fluctuations. It just wasn't the kind of pattern you'd expect from a planet or a naturally occurring phenomenon.
Okay, so something was definitely off. What did they think it was?
The data was analyzed by Dr. Elena Martinez, leading astrophysicist, and she compared the observations with existing models of artificial megastructure. And guess what?
What?
They matched up perfectly. It seemed like the only explanation was that we were looking at something built, something engineered, on a scale we can barely comprehend.
Okay, hold on a sec. Are you saying that they're actually calling this thing a Dyson sphere?
Oh, not officially, but the data is certainly pointing in that direction. They're calling it the Centauri Construct for now, which, let's be honest, sounds even more intriguing. And it sparked a global debate that's just as intense as the scientific discovery itself.
A debate? I mean, what kind of debate could a bunch of stars and light patterns possibly spark?
Well, it's a debate about what we do next. Do we try to communicate with the potential builders of this structure? Or do we stay silent? Observe from a distance. Hope they don't notice us.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Those are some pretty heavy questions. So who's on what side of this cosmic conversation?
Well, you've got brilliant minds like Jeff Stone, head of the International Astrobiology Coalition, who sees this as the greatest opportunity in human history. He believes we should reach out, attempt to establish contact. I mean, imagine the knowledge we could gain. From a civilization capable of such incredible feats of engineering, it could revolutionize our understanding of physics, energy, maybe even the universe itself.
I get that. It's like finding a message in a bottle from a long-lost civilization, except this bottle is a megastructure that dwarfs our planet. But what about the risks? What if they're not so friendly?
That's exactly the argument Senator Vastard is making. He's vehemently against any form of contact, calling it reckless and potentially catastrophic. He points to human history, where encounters between civilizations with vastly different levels of technology
Mhm.
have rarely ended well for the less advanced party. He believes we're playing with fire, inviting a danger we can't possibly understand.
It's like the age-old dilemma. Curiosity versus caution, the scientist eager to unlock the secrets of the universe, versus the politician worried about the safety of humanity. And I'm guessing it's not just a philosophical debate. There must be some real-world implications, especially with something as potentially game-changing as the Centauri Construct.
You're right, and that's where Project Aegis comes into play.
Oh boy.
Originally conceived as Earth's first line of defense against potential extraterrestrial threats, it's now at the center of this unfolding drama.
Wait, hold on. You're talking about a real-life space force, right? What do they even have that could deal with something like a Dyson sphere?
Well, the details are understandably classified, but we know Project Aegis is equipped with some pretty impressive technology. Think advanced sensors capable of monitoring vast stretches of space, directed energy systems that could potentially disrupt incoming threats, and who knows what else they've developed in secret. Colonel Thornton, a key figure in Project Aegis, has been very cautious in his public statements, but he's hinted that their technology could be crucial in assessing the situation with the Centauri Construct.
Okay, that's both terrifying and fascinating at the same time. So we've gone from is there life out there to do we risk talking to them to, oh, and by the way, we've got this top secret space defense program that might come in handy. Well, this is moving pretty fast. What's the public reaction to all of this?
The world is in a frenzy. Social media is exploding with speculation theories and doomsday predictions. You've got protests demanding transparency from governments, religious leaders grappling with the theological implications, and everyone else trying to make sense of this new reality. It's like the rug's been pulled out from under us, and we're all trying to find our footing in this strange new universe where we're not alone.
And to top it all off, there's this global summit on the horizon, where world leaders will have to make some tough decisions about how to proceed. What a time to be alive. But before we get into all of that, let's take a closer look at the arguments for and against making contact with the builders of the Centauri Construct.
I mean, it truly is an unprecedented situation, isn't it? We're faced with a discovery that challenges our understanding of the universe and forces us to confront questions we've pondered for centuries.
It really is, and like you said, there are strong voices on both sides of this whole contact debate. Let's dig a little deeper into Jeff Stone's argument for reaching out. What's his rationale beyond simple scientific curiosity?
Well, Stone believes that this is about more than just gathering information. He sees it as an opportunity for like a profound leap in human understanding. He argues that a civilization capable of constructing a Dyson sphere must possess knowledge far beyond our own, not just in engineering and physics, but potentially in fields we haven't even conceived of yet.
So it's not just about learning how they built the Centauri construct, but about gaining insights into the nature of reality itself. I mean, that's a pretty bold claim.
It is, and it speaks to the sheer scope of Stone's vision. He envisions a future where humanity taps into this advanced knowledge, solving problems that plague us today, energy scarcity, climate change, even the limitations of our own lifespans. He sees the Centauri construct as a key that could unlock a future of unimaginable progress.
That's an incredibly optimistic perspective, almost utopian. But how does he propose we bridge the gap between us and a civilization that could be millions of years ahead? I mean, we can't exactly send them an email or a text message.
Right. That's where things get even more fascinating. Stone's team has developed a message designed to be universally understandable. It's based on fundamental principles of science and mathematics, things like prime numbers, the hydrogen spectrum. Think of it as a cosmic fingerprint of the most abundant element in the universe, and basic concepts of chemistry.
So it's like a cosmic Rosetta Stone, a message built on the language of the universe itself. Pretty ingenious, but what if they completely misinterpret it? Or worse, what if they see it as a threat? That brings us to Senator Bastard's concerns, right?
Exactly. While Stone is focused on the potential benefits, Senator Bastard is laser-focused on the potential risks. He argues that we're naive to assume any alien civilization would be benevolent. He points to our own history as a cautionary tale, full of examples of conflict and exploitation when cultures with different levels of technology collided.
Yeah, he makes a good point. I mean, human history is full of instances where the more advanced civilization didn't exactly have the best interests of the less advanced one at heart. It's a sobering reminder that we might not be ready for what's out there.
And Senator Bastard believes that by announcing our presence, we could be painting a target on our backs, making ourselves vulnerable to a civilization with technology we can't even comprehend. He advocates for a cautious approach, observing and learning from a distance before making any rash decisions about contact.
Okay, so we've got the optimist versus the pessimist, the scientist versus the politician, two very different perspectives, both with compelling arguments. But there's a third player in this game, isn't there? There's Project Aegis. With its advanced technology and its mysterious mission, where do they fit into all of this?
Project Aegis is the wild card, initially conceived as a planetary defense system. Its role has become much more ambiguous since the discovery of the Centauri construct. Colonel Thornton has stressed their commitment to protecting Earth, but he's also hinted at the possibility of using their technology for first contact assessment. What that entails exactly is anyone's guess.
Hold on, assessment. Are we talking about actively engaging with the Centauri construct, sending probes, maybe even attempting communication?
It's certainly within the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
They've got the technology, the resources, and the mandate to protect Earth. And let's be honest, if there's a chance to learn more about this potential alien megastructure without putting ourselves at risk, they're going to take it.
Man, this is getting more and more like a science fiction thriller with every detail we uncover. And I can't help but think about the global impact of all this. How are everyday people reacting to all of this?
The world is in a state of collective shock and awe. This isn't just another news story. It's a paradigm shift. It's the kind of event that makes people question everything they thought they knew about the universe and our place in it.
I bet the internet is a complete meltdown.
You're not wrong. Social media is a whirlwind of speculation, theories, and debates. Some people are terrified, convinced this is the beginning of the end. Others are ecstatic. seeing it as proof that we're not alone and dreaming of a future where we join some kind of galactic federation.
It's amazing how one discovery can evoke such a wide range of emotions and reactions. It's like we're all processing the implications on a personal level, trying to figure out what it means for our own lives and beliefs.
Yeah, it's truly a global phenomenon. There are protests demanding transparency from governments, religious leaders struggling to reconcile the discovery with their faith, and scientists scrambling to make sense of the data.
Sounds like we're at a crossroads, a pivotal moment in human history. And with this global summit looming, the stakes couldn't be higher.
Absolutely. The decisions made at that summit could shape the future of humanity. Will we embrace the unknown, reach out to the builders of the Centauri Construct, and risk the potential consequences? Or will we prioritize our own safety, remain silent, and watch from the shadows?
It's a question with no easy answers, and one that will likely define our generation. All right, so we've explored the discovery of the Centauri Construct, the arguments for and against contact, even touched on the top-secret world of Project Aegis. But now I want to shift gears a little bit and focus on us, humanity. What does this all mean for everyday people? How is this discovery changing the way we see ourselves and our place in the universe?
Well, it's a fundamental shift, isn't it? I mean, for centuries, we've looked up at the stars and wondered if we were alone. Now, faced with the possibility of a civilization capable of building a Dyson sphere, well, we have to grapple with the reality that we're not the only intelligent life out there. And it's not just scientists and philosophers wrestling with this. It's impacting every aspect of human culture, from religion and art to politics and economics.
I can only imagine the existential crisis happening in churches and temples around the world. And what about the artists? Are we going to see a wave of alien-themed operas and sculptures?
Oh, there's already a surge of creativity inspired by the Centauri Construct. Musicians are composing symphonies that try to capture the vastness and mystery of space. Writers are penning stories about first contact. And visual artists are creating works that challenge our perceptions of what's possible. It's as if this discovery has unlocked a new wellspring of imagination, pushing the boundaries of human expression.
It's incredible to think that we're witnessing this cultural shift in real time, right before our eyes. What about the political landscape? Surely this has thrown a wrench into the usual geopolitical maneuvering.
Oh, absolutely. The discovery of the Centauri Construct has forced world leaders to think on a much grander scale. Suddenly, our petty squabbles over borders and resources seem insignificant compared to the question of how we interact with a potential alien civilization. It's a unifying force in a way, pushing us to consider the future of humanity as a whole rather than just individual nations.
So in a way, this discovery is bringing us together, forcing us to confront our shared future as a species. And speaking of confronting our shared future, let's talk about that global summit. What can we expect? What's at stake here?
Well, the world is holding its breath.
Yeah.
This isn't just another diplomatic gathering, it's a defining moment for humanity. Leaders from every corner of the globe will have to grapple with the question of how we respond to this discovery. Do we embrace the unknown and risk the potential consequences of contact? Or do we prioritize our own safety and choose a more cautious approach?
I'm picturing a scene straight out of a movie, with world leaders huddled around a table, debating the fate of humanity while the clock ticks down. It sounds intense.
It will be. The pressure is immense. They'll have to consider the scientific implications, the ethical dilemmas, the potential risks and rewards, and the impact on global security. It's a decision that will shape the course of human history.
And let's not forget about the global audience watching this unfold. I bet social media will be buzzing with every leaked detail, every whispered rumor. It's like a real-life drama playing out on the world stage.
It is. This is a story that's captivating everyone.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we're all connected, that we're all part of something much bigger than ourselves. And it's a story that's just beginning.
So while the world waits with bated breath for the outcome of this summit, what can we as individuals do? How do we process this monumental discovery and make sense of it all?
Well, I think the most important thing is to stay curious, to keep asking questions. Don't shy away from the big philosophical questions. What does this mean for humanity? What is our place in the universe? What does it mean to be intelligent life in a vast cosmos? This is a time for deep reflection, for reevaluating our assumptions and expanding our horizons.
I love that. Embrace the mystery, lean into the unknown. And maybe, just maybe, this discovery will inspire us to become a better version of ourselves, a more united and forward-thinking species.
It's certainly a possibility. Perhaps this is the wake-up call we needed. A reminder that we're all in this together, sharing this incredible journey through the cosmos.
So to you listening, we leave you with this. The universe has just gotten a whole lot more interesting. and a whole lot more complex. What happens next is up to us. What kind of future will we create for ourselves? For humanity? In this new reality where we know we are not alone, it's a question worth pondering. A question that deserves our deepest consideration. And until next time, keep looking up at the stars, keep wondering, and keep exploring the infinite possibilities of the universe we inhabit.
Breaking news from outer space, truth and fiction, same embrace. Lance and Gina lead the way, decoding myths from day to day. Skynet News, bold and bright. It's a cutting edge, but not quite right. Dark science meets conspiracy, like bridging gaps with mystery. Aliens lurking, planets align. False truths wrapped in cosmic signs. Astrophysics, UFOs, we decode what no one knows. Dark Skynet News, bold and bright. Keep a cutting edge, but not quite right. Dark science meets conspiracy, like bridging gaps with mystery. AG from the cosmos to your screen. Every theory so unseen. Judge facts distorted, blurred yet grand. Stay inspired, take our hand. Skynet News, your cosmic guide. False information